This is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Got a lobster on my mic. So, just watched live the Senate. It was a really tense moment. Saw Ted Cruz speak and Toomey speak and Lummis speak. And they explained the ramifications of this bill not getting an amendment, how it can badly damage the U.S. crypto industry. There is unanimous agreement about this. Everyone for the last few days has been calling their senators, knocking down doors, getting to a point that if we had the right to have a vote, it would pass 70 to 75 to basically nothing. And then on the floor, an 87-year-old man from Alabama, who I don't even think knows how a computer works, objected unless his $50 billion of pork for the military, the U.S. war machine, is tacked on to the amendment. Then, of course, Washington takes its course. It gives the proper poison to the drink, and Bernie Sanders objected, and now we're dead in the water. You know, I remember a quote from Richard Nixon, said it at his resignation farewell. He said, "The greatness comes not when things go always good for you, but the greatness comes when you're really tested. When you take some knocks, some disappointments, when sadness comes, because only if you've been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain." And that's where we're at. We're not out of this fight. We're not done. We're still here. We, as an industry, came together in ways I didn't think possible, and each and every one of you fought. And we got to a point where if we had the right to have a vote, we'd win. And only through the arcane procedures of the Senate were we denied this. And these senators, these 87-year-old living fossils, showed the entire world that they were willing to sell the future of our country's economy out if they didn't get their pork. That can't be taken back. Little by little, if you chip away at the institutional legitimacy, at some point the institutions themselves fall. And if they so love the Senate, if they so love this existing form of governance, they should be so careful not to continue to set it on fire, which is what happened today for the entire world to see. The Senate servers, where they're live streaming, nearly collapsed. There were so many concurrent viewers, so many, more than ever before. People from Australia, New Zealand, Russia, China, all around the world were watching live a Senate hearing on the floor of the Senate about an amendment to an infrastructure bill. That's never happened before in U.S. history, not in recent memory, but it happened right here today. So we go off to the House, and now it's Speaker Pelosi's turn, and that's yet another opportunity for us to fix this horrible miscarriage of justice. And we'll do our best there. 435 Congress critters. You know what to do. Do what you did with the Senate. And let's get louder. Let's push. And you know what? If this passes, doesn't take effect until 2023, but let's start suing. Let's start pushing for new legislation. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to open up my wallet, turn on my microphone, and I'm going to do what we need to do. Rally a tireless minority to every single day. Make this their issue until we change this, until we get this done. Because at the end of the day, I am an American. I live in America. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not going to go find a golden visa in Greece or UAE or go and relocate and rescind my citizenship. I was born here. I'm going to die here. And I want this country to be better the day I die than it was the day I was born. And I have no intention of living in a dying empire. And every other American listening, I think, feels this way. And we cannot allow some decrepit 87-year-old leftover from an age past to stand in the way of progress for this nation. So we need to work together. We showed we could, and we're just getting started. And every single person that stands in our way will just become another one of the old relics and fossils. Primary challenges, fund their opponents, and even if they win re-election, make their lives hell in other ways. Bombard their office in letters and calls, rally to get them taken off of committees, support those who are alternatives to their leadership path, prevent them from accelerating or elevating in politics. And yes, one day we will have a constitutional convention. It's going to happen because the federal government doesn't listen to its people anymore. It hasn't for a long goddamn time. And today we all witnessed that. Every single person who has a brain, even the White House and the Treasury Department, acquiesced and said, okay, we'll give you this one. But because one little child, 87-year-old man-child, couldn't get his $50 billion of pork, the entire process has to be held up. But there's plenty of blame to go around. Haggerty kept things going, and so Schumer shut down the ability to add amendments. So there's blame there too. At the end of the day, these people have no intention and don't care at all about making this country better or the consequences of their actions. Rather, all they care about is getting reelected, the money in their pocket, fame, and prestige. Why do we allow ourselves to live in a country without empathy, led by narcissism and sociopathy? This is not who we are or where we came from. We were founded by a person who gave up a chance to become king just so that we could enjoy the freedom of self-determination. That's why we venerate our founding fathers, because they could have had so much, but they gave up so much for us to live a better life than the one they had. So, off to the House. And I hope we win there. And if not, new legislation and lawsuits will keep going. Might take a year, might take 5 years, might take 10 years. It doesn't matter. We will get this done so that our industry doesn't get damaged and destroyed. And you know what? If the laws are the way they are, I imagine there's going to be a lot of civil disobedience, because that's what you do with unjust laws. You can legislate things, but you can never legislate morality or ethics. And we deserve our goddamn dignity. Passing regulations where they know upon passing them, there is no way to comply, and that this would devastate an industry and the livelihood of so many countless thousands is not duty. It's malfeasance, indifference, incompetence. And to be so petty, to corrupt and poison an attempt to fix it just for a defense bill that has nothing to do with this monstrosity is shameful. Shame on you, Shelby, and shame on the U.S. Senate for inflicting this upon the American people. This institution will change one day. And to all those in our community who listened and did the right thing, called their senators, fought hard, don't be dismayed. Don't give up. Don't become so cynical to say we can't change things, because we already have. We own the news cycle now. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to get stepped on and crushed and destroyed. Speak up. Vote with your feet, your wallet, and your vote. And keep pushing. Keep grinding. The more we do this, the more unified we become, the more powerful we become as a movement. And you know what? We'll get more powerful than if this amendment passed, because we're going to push in the other direction now. Let's go beyond the amendment. Let's start talking about asset classification. Let's start talking about reining in the Treasury Department. Let's start talking about the bad things the Federal Reserve System has been doing. And we will get there. This political coalition today, because of Shelby's actions, is now permanent. It's now part of the American politic, like the guns rights lobbies, like the abortion lobbies, like the gay rights lobbies. All of these things that are around our constituencies and have their power and their sway is now part of the body politic. And the difference is we're going to be bigger than all of them in 10 or 20 years. And we're all young. We're smart. We know what to do. You know what to do. So keep the faith. Didn't faze me at all. I'm ready to go. You're ready to go. This is going to be a long war, but in the end, victory will be ours. And this is going to make the world a better place because of it. And we're going to leave it better than when we found it. Thanks, everyone.